It is an island in the Caribbean that is as Dutch and as friendly as it can be. We take you to Curacao.
We look at the revolutionary new technology that can also feed millions with just a 6-story building.
And we are nuts about great chicken wings, and we find them in western Pennsylvania, but you can't do them that way.
Then we head to Vegas, and our master chef, Gustav, whips up his dessert treats for us. Now that gets messy.
And we find a new putter technology that may change your golf game along with the pros.
We are swinging into another episode of Undercover Jetsetter.
And hi everyone, cheers.
Cheers.
We are going to take you today to the island of Curacao in the South Caribbean.
That's right, and it is a spot that you should hit at least once.
Curacao is a must-go place for so many reasons.
And Curacao folks are super friendly.
It's about the people, how the people treat another one. When you come to the island, they will treat you like you're at home. It's like your family, and they treat you the same way. That's why they be so friendly island.
We start in the capital of Willemstad, a feast for the eye and the mind. It's one of those most photographed cities in the world.
It's a smaller Caribbean Waikiki with the feel of Europe. This former Dutch colony is vibrant in its colors and activity.
You owe it to yourself to just walk around and drink in Willemstad. Shopping is reasonable. American dollars are readily accepted, along with credit cards, and the menus show you the cost in dollars too.
You can even get a ride on this pontoon bridge, which accommodates numerous ships and boats.
The Old Fort is a preserved landmark, but also a center of shopping and commerce. The main hotel inside the fort walls is the Renaissance by Marriott.
Now, this is a great place to stay to enjoy the city while also taking in their beach, staying in touch with news back in America.
Curacao is also a top cruise destination. Check out our YouTube channel for tips if you have only one day here.
Now, Curacao has a fabulous history. Check out the Cura Museum. You will explore the different nationalities, Dutch, Spanish, African, and South American, that make up this island nation.
You can go back in time to the African slave trade. That was abolished in 1863, a year before the U.S. ended its civil war over slavery.
Another must is the aquarium, especially the Dolphin Academy. We swam with the dolphins. For many, this is a bucket list item to cross off, and it is worth it.
The dolphins are gentle, peaceful, funny, and so calming on your spirit. The Dolphin Academy will even preserve your moments with Flipper's buddies.
Now, after the dolphins, go next door and hit Hemingway's, a bar, restaurant, and beach club.
We had the Hemingway Special with whiskey, triple sec, and Sprite, although we think Papa would have declined the maraschino cherry. And I would too.
He definitely would like this rum special with Hemingway's freshly made lemonade. Tart, not too sweet, and a great mix with dark rum.
Yes, the ladies had a caipirinha, so it's a cocktail, it also says on the menu, but it's actually only made up of lemon juice, especially lemon juice, some sugar and cachaça rum, so it's Brazilian rum. So it's actually a pretty strong cocktail, but because of the lemon juice, it makes, not that strong anymore. So it's a fresh, nice cocktail, yeah.
Get the steak sandwich, grilled to perfection with a mysterious spice mix that the chefs wouldn't reveal to us. However, we think one of the many ingredients is cinnamon. Try it out and tell us what you think.
Now, Willemstad also has a touch of Vegas with its casinos and a touch of Nevada with legal prostitution.
And don't forget to bring the sticks. There are 2 great golf courses not far from Willemstad.
Old Quarry is in Santa Barbara, newly renovated and magnificent views. If you only play one round, go here. Plus, they have superb club rentals.
The other course is Blue Bay with some great views.
Now, how about this par 3 7th? Raleigh, Rick Meadows, and I both were intimidated, and we pushed our tee shots to the right, but we stayed dry.
Curacao offers more than a vibrant city with so much to do. The other Curacao is away from Willemstad, and it's rural, tranquil, and requires a jeep or a car.
Now, you'll see some fabulous old-style churches along with plenty of goats and iguanas.
And you can get a ton more of colors on Curacao with these pink flamingos.
Now, there is a viewing area to see these elegant birds as they snack on fish and shrimp.
There are fabulous beaches and lakes that you can share with the locals, and there are plenty of quaint, friendly restaurants offering incredible views along the way, and also local cuisine like this savory African peanut soup with bananas.
Now, we also tried a peasant-type dish called saltfish, which had a satisfying stew consistency.
Local fresh fish is a must here, and it's cooked with spices and sauces very similar to those in Creole.
Now, make sure you have lots of cash outside the city. They gladly take greenbacks, but like giving you change in the local currency. And in the outskirts here, American Express and Discover cards are rarely used. Now, you can also rent a house. This mansion on the north end of the island is in West Punt or West Point. 8 of us hung out here for a week.
And yes, these views are addicting. The back looks north toward the South Caribbean, while the front looks towards the mountains of Curacao.
Now, the house also has its fun quirks. The infinity pool offers a window into the room I was staying in, giving my buddy and trip coordinator, Raleigh Rick, a chance to be a peeping Esther Williams while I was in the bathroom.
No worries, though. Rick said he couldn't see in, and the windows have a very heavy tint.
Yeah, right. Now, we even brought in a well-known chef, Raymond Shar, who owns Chez Ray in Willemstad. He made us a New Year's Eve feast, which was all about local cuisine.
Before I had my own restaurant, I used to work on this island, on Curacao. It's a private chef, so people can rent me for a dinner or a breakfast or a lunch. And then I come to the place in a mansion or villa, and then with all my thing, my team, my stuff, my equipment, my groceries, and then I'm gonna cook for them, and for so far so good, and they like it.
We also learned about Curacao's baseball secret and why this tiny island has more Major League Baseball players per capita than anywhere else.
And one secret is Frank Curiel, who explains why the coarse dirt makes players like the Orioles' Jonathan Scope and others such great infielders. Explain that to me.
But because when you play on the field, we call them bat fields, a ball, anyway, you hit the ball right to the person, but you get.
Curacao is actually an arid climate. Its rainy season is November and December. Now, the rest of the year, it resembles a desert with tropical humidity. If you love the heat, you will love it here.
Now, any time of year is perfect because Curacao is concentrating on tourism and visitors like you, since other industries are hitting a lull, such as the oil refinery industry, thanks to the unrest in nearby Venezuela.
Another reason is Curacao's fortunate location. Check out our blog on the political and economic impact of Curacao.
The Caribbean weather gods were good to Curacao. Hurricanes stayed to the north of this island. The recent surge in killer storms had little effect here, which means Curacao is ready to make your vacation a good one. And there are many expats from Europe and North America that live on Curacao. Also, Curacao's a great spot for a cruise stop.
That's right. And you know what? We've got a number of quick pieces on Curacao on our YouTube channel. So check it out. There's tips and everything for you there. youtube.com/Undercover Jetsetter.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about that life and world-changing technology that not only takes waste and turns it into energy, but it can also feed millions.
Okay, so it is time for us to look into the future and blow your mind again.
That's right. We've already told you about this technology that can take waste, turn it into energy, turn it into byproducts, also turn it into medical-grade water as well.
And now we are going to check out how it can feed millions with the same process.
So we showed you how Gold Seal Industries takes waste and turns it into energy, reusable products, including medical-grade water, so there is no pollution.
Using that same technology, Gold Seal has created another company called Red Barn.
Now, it's not a barn that looks like this.
It looks like this. It's a 6-story building the size of a sports arena that can feed millions with a huge variety of nutritious foods.
In other words, we grow crops, we can grow fish, we can also grow livestock, chickens, hogs, different animals that become food product. And it's all done indoors with no emissions and no pollution. We produce all of our own energy, so there is nothing that is taken from the grid or the environment itself. It allows us to produce a variety of different types of fruit, vegetables, and food product.
Kim Kirkendall is the mind behind it all, along with our Jetsetter friend, actor and TV host, John O'Hurley.
Kim sat down with us and explained how it all works.
It also runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without any seasons. In other words, I can grow strawberries every hour of every day of every year. So you have fresh, organic, true organic strawberries if you like.
So I could grow strawberries in Minnesota?
Any place in the world. So it works in Antarctica, it would work out in the middle of the Mojave Desert, anywhere in the world.
And this is a 6-story building? That's all it is?
It's a 6-story building that allows us to create these hydroponic rivers of water that the fruits and vegetables grow on. It also allows us to grow the fish and livestock. So it's all designed to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. An example of what our structure size-wise would be, it sits on 3 acres of land, only 3 acres. And it's 6 stories tall, as you said. And an example of a building that is equivalent to that is the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, downtown. This allows us to produce enough food to feed the entire Las Vegas Valley plus all the tourists every minute of every day. And just like the breakup of the Soviet Union, one of their major issues was they didn't have enough food to feed everyone. So food, as well as shelter and energy and waste, is some of the major components that we address. And it allows us then to introduce this to the entire world as a source of taking care of these issues. For example, if you want to produce mass quantity of food and it's fresh and you ship it fresh, you can put this in every city around the world. And you can also do it as a municipality or a government agency. But you can also preserve the food, you can can it, you can freeze dry it, you can do other things because it produces such large quantities of food. Absolutely no emissions, no pollution, and no waste whatsoever.
So someone could build one of these and literally take all their waste, get rid of all their waste, grow food, and then have other byproducts.
Commodities, yes, that are sold as recyclables. That's correct.
Wow. Why hasn't this been done before?
Well, several reasons. The technology hasn't been available until we developed it. There's been hydroponics around for a long, long time, but we take a different approach to it, and that we use true organic water, whether other people don't. They use water that is contaminated. And we also run a different type of process as far as the growing is concerned. The most important thing is that hydroponics takes a lot of energy, a lot of electricity. So it's very, very expensive and it's generally not cost effective. We produce all of our own energy from what is termed waste, and we generate the food from all that power that we produce ourselves.
Kim has conceived all this, but it's not just from his incredible mind, but his heart.
Well, one of the gifts that I've received is being able to do something that I have a passion for. I love it.
And that's how you make the world a better place.
I know, it's mind-blowing even to us, and we've looked at it. So if you're interested in learning more about this, just send us an email to the email that you see here on the screen.
And in our next show, we are going to take a look at how this technology is perfect for the many islands and vacay spots around the world.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to do some great and unique chicken wings. Well, welcome back, and it's good to have you here with us. And oh, you know what? I'm just about out of this, but I'll get you a refill as well. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, great. Sounds good. Okay, this is perfect. Now this gives me a chance to show you something that I uncovered about John. Oh, hi. So I've got these yummy chicken wings here, but I have to hide them from John because I found out he's obsessed with chicken wings. And I mean, he's seriously got a problem. Check out this video that I found.
It's all about the wings, so we went to Irwin, Pennsylvania to find out some secrets. Not far from Pittsburgh, the Colonial Grill boasts the best wings in the world. And we tried 3 of the flavors they offer. The barbecue is at the bottom here, the Italian garlic to the upper right, and the buffalo to the upper left, which I took a bite out of for my own personal taste test. Oh my God. That's good. And it's not real hot and spicy either. It's got a nice kick to it, but not brutal. But it's a secret. Now we noticed the seasoning for the wings are mixed in after the wings are cooked. We then found out what a secret recipe this is, so we went to the back of the kitchen to interrogate Nathan Illich, a cook, a caterer, and a martial arts degree in food?
Okay, I have a black belt in cooking chicken, so here I go. First of all, I bread it up. I like to leave it in the breading for about at least 10 minutes to get a nice coating on it. Bring it over here, let it sit. The breading is just some flour, some spices, we've got some pepper. So we have a lot going on in here.
Okay.
So far, no complaints. Then after I have it sitting in the breading, bring it over here to the fryers. Cook about 25 pieces in each fryer. We usually have 2 or 3 going at a time. And after I have it in the fryer, I leave it sitting there for about a minute, give it a little stir just so it doesn't stick together. With the lid. And this is all pressure cooking. It's not just frying, it's pressure frying.
And what is pressure frying?
Pressure frying, instead of just sitting there in a regular fryer, it takes longer. The pressure frying cuts down the frying time, keeps everything moist and juicy, and less frying time. It takes about 13 minutes.
But our black belt cook is coy. He says you can't make this, but then he gives us some pointers. Listen.
Well, the key would be, most people don't have a pressure fryer unless they have a small one, but the key would be letting it sit in the breading for at least 10 minutes. That's what I found out. That's my little secret. Yeah, we let the chicken marinate at least overnight in a special marination with like different seasonings and a little bit of sweetness to it. So that helps to keep the chicken moist and gives it the flavor. But everything else is a secret.
And it is a secret we just could not crack. Nathan wouldn't give up the exact recipe, and he says without a pressure fryer, you won't ever get this taste unless you come to Irwin. It's worth the ride to Western PA because you won't get this anywhere else. Ah, chicken wings. Man, this looks good. You know I love chicken wings. Where'd you get these?
I made them.
Oh, good recipe. You're going to have to give it to me. Okay. I got the refill. Here goes. This is good, yeah. All right, ready to do the chicken wing
Oh,
story?
it's already done.
It is?
Yeah. So let's go right to dessert, and we are heading back to Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to see our friend Gustav again, and we've actually done a couple of other episodes where he's given us 2 dinners that we've shown you, and man, they're spectacular.
And now he is going to wow us with dessert.
Now we hit Spiedini for dessert.
And they are perfect after one of Gustav's master meals, or even if you're just stopping in for a late night sweet attack.
And these 3 are all classic Italian.
Well, these 2 would make this here, which is tiramisu. This is the Italian classic. As the cannolis, we also make those here. And that is the gelato pistachio.
Oh, wow. Now you make everything for the tiramisu in-house.
Yes.
It looks delicious.
And looks are not deceiving here.
All right, I'm going for the tiramisu because that is also my favorite dessert. Oh my God, so good. And everything made fresh, in-house.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, get the tiramisu.
Yeah, tiramisu, phenomenal. Yes, like one of the best. Seriously. Oh, it's delicious.
Take the tiramisu, but take the cannoli too.
That tiramisu is phenomenal.
The cannoli's like right out of Little Italy. Oh my God.
The cream in here is so good.
The crunch.
What I love about cannolis is they're not super sweet. It's basically cheese. It's ricotta. Which we know how to make our own ricotta now, by the way, which you'll see some point on one of our shows.
Yep.
It's very easy and delicious.
And it's almost as good as this.
That is delicious.
Okay, now gelato.
Oh God, that's really good.
That's amazing.
And what I love about gelato is it's so dense. You get such a flavor impact because it's not got a lot of air whipped into it like regular ice cream. That's what makes it gelato.
It's all
and
there. It's all
It's
there.
got nothing, no air in it whatsoever. So much flavor. So delicious. And it's real pistachio.
It really is. And the taste. Some of the pistachio nuts in there.
Oh yeah, you get that amaretto almond flavor too. I'm getting a lot of that, which is delicious in the pistachio. But I gotta go back for more tiramisu because this is one of the best tiramisus I've ever had.
So,
Seriously.
If you're in Vegas, you'll definitely come back here and see Gustav. It's called Spiedini. It's at the JW Marriott. Great spot.
And get the tiramisu for sure.
And that's why we go back so much. Plus, Gustav, he's just a great guy.
Spiedini is at the JW Marriott in Summerlin in Northwest Las Vegas.
Why didn't you tell me I had cannoli all over my mouth?
Well, I was too busy eating, and hey, you got to admit the editor did a great job of really zoning in on the cannoli.
You know what? When we come back, well, just you wait.
And when we come back, we'll see what retribution I face, and we'll also discover the latest technology for putters.
We're finding new putter technology at the PGA show. Take a look at these new putters from the legendary Sacks Parente. The blade putter is called a Series 39 blade. The mallet is a Series 54 mallet. We tried them out with our Jetsetter One Club legend, Thad Daber.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting putter technology, to say the least. Those guys have some of the best putter knowledge from all these exotic new materials now that translate into basically what I consider the top performing product out there on the putter industry right now.
Now, what was it you noticed right off the bat when you hit that putt?
I noticed how the ball rolled so pure and true right off the face. You know, the ball tracked right on the ground. It didn't skip or hop like a lot of putters, do, the ball coming off the face. But the weighting is spectacular. The heel-toe weighting that they've used these exotic materials to be able to optimize the way it performs is just, I mean, you can tell. I can tell right off. I haven't hit a lot of putters. That's where it's at right now.
My guess is for the amateur, that's really going to smooth out and slow down their putting through.
Well, it will, but more than that, I think it will accentuate off-center hits and allow the ball to roll true even when it's hit off-center. That's what you want to accomplish in putter, because you don't have, the amateurs don't always hit the ball right in the center every time, and with a conventional putter out on the heel toe, it's not gonna react right. But with their materials like that, the lightweight shaft is what he explains is it allows the putter face to actually release coming through the ball, which you don't have to think about. It's automatically doing it for you, as opposed to what you're trying to teach now is, opening the face and then releasing it coming through is the natural motion of your shoulders. So what their technology is, it's making you do that.
So you're going to get a lot less push and pull.
Yeah, and you're going to get a lot better stroke under pressure.
Then we talked to one of the co-designers, Steve Sacks, who explained it all to John.
Tell me, what's the technology behind this?
We've started with an ultra-low balance point technology, where we've lowered the balance point of the putter within 5 inches of the sole of the club. So if I were to balance it on my fingers, it would be balanced between 0 and 5 inches.
And what does that do for someone who's putting?
It gets it so really you're feeling just the head. We've also lightened the shaft when you grip, so when you take a stroke, the putter wants to come back to square. That's its natural inclination, as opposed to, say, a counterbalance putter where you have all your weight in your hands and your putter is going to lag all the time.
Now, what I found amazing was coming off the club, you barely feel it sometimes.
Right, it's very soft. Part of that's because of how we made our heads. We have a very high moment of inertia in all of our heads. I have a blade model, which is a very traditional look, that traditionally had no moment of inertia in the head, simply because of how they were made. We've redesigned it, and we've moved 126 grams of tungsten to the heel and toe. It's a huge amount of weight to be moved.
Now, where can people get this?
Right now, online through our shop, and that'll be open right after the PGA show, and through selected pro shops.
You got any pros coming on board?
We have a couple that are looking at it now. We did our product introduction yesterday at the demo day, so it's very young.
Wow.
We are out on tour, hired a tour rep, actually hired 2 tour reps.
Okay, but would you consider this more a high-end?
It's a more expensive putter, but I don't want to really call it a high-end putter. It's for everyone. It's expensive simply because the materials we're using now are very expensive. And unfortunately, we have to pay for what we use.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
We will have more for you as we wing our way around the world.
Cheers.
Cheers.